When Argentina won the World Cup in 2022,
and in 2022, the world champions are Argentina.
All eyes were on Messi, and fair enough, it was his moment. But if you watch that final closely, you'll know there was another hero that night. It was Emiliano Martinez. From the last-second save against Kolo Muani in extra time to his mind games in the penalty shootout, he was everywhere. Confident, loud, fearless. But where did he come from? Just a couple of years before that, he was barely getting minutes at Arsenal. Most don't even know his name. So how did he go from being an overlooked reserve to winning the World Cup with Argentina? Emi Martinez was born in Mar del Plata, a coastal city in Argentina. He joined Independiente's youth system early on, and when he turned 17, his potential started catching attention overseas. Arsenal came calling. They invited him for a trial in 2009 and clearly liked what they saw. Martinez moved to London to further his trials. Making this decision wasn't easy. He left his family behind at 17, didn't speak the language, and had no guarantees about what his future looked like. After impressing further, he won himself a professional contract in July 2010 and was officially an Arsenal player. This is where the hard work truly began. If you look at Martinez's career on paper, it reads like a footballing backpacker's passport. Oxford United, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham, Wolves, Getafe, Reading. It felt like every season he was somewhere new. And most of these weren't glamorous loan spells either. Some were for a full season, some were short-term, and a lot of them were just tough. His first real senior experience came in 2012 with Oxford United. That happened only because both of their main goalkeepers got injured, and Arsenal sent Martinez over on an emergency loan to play one game. Next, it was Sheffield Wednesday, where he got a few more games under his belt and started showing what he could do. But still, he was just a backup option at Arsenal, covering for Szczesny and Fabianski. There were flashes like his Champions League debut in 2014, or stepping in for a Premier League match later that year. But Arsenal didn't really see him as a long-term number one. When they signed Petr Cech in 2015, it was a clear message that Martinez was still third in line. He went on loan again, this time to Wolves, where things went really well, but a thigh injury sidelined him for months. It felt like every time he got close, something got in the way. More loans followed, Getafe in Spain, and Reading in the Championship. It was a constant cycle of proving himself, getting dropped, and moving again. By 2020, Martinez had been at Arsenal for a decade, 10 years, and still hadn't nailed down a starting role. He was the guy you'd see on the bench, or randomly popping up in early round cup games. Reliable, sure, but rarely in the spotlight. Then came that moment at Brighton. Bernd Leno, Arsenal's number one, went down with a knee injury in June 2020. With no other choice, Mikel Arteta had to turn to Martinez. And just like that, everything changed. Martinez stepped in and looked calm, confident, and in control. He'd been waiting for his chance for 10 years, and he wasn't about to waste it. He helped Arsenal win the FA Cup that summer, making key saves and commanding his box like he'd been doing it for years. He even followed up with a solid performance in the Community Shield against Liverpool the next season. Ian Wright, an Arsenal legend, came out and said Martinez looked brilliant and admitted he was worried Arsenal might lose him. And he was right to worry, because as Bernd Leno recovered, Martinez had a decision to make. Stay and risk going back to the bench, or go out and be the number one somewhere else. After the FA Cup and Community Shield wins, Martinez had made his case. Fans were starting to think maybe he should be our number one. But Leno was fit again, and Arsenal had a decision to make. In the end, they stuck with Leno. And Martinez, he didn't want to go back to being second choice, so he made the call to leave. In September 2020, he signed for Aston Villa in a £20 million move. For the first time in his career, he was a club's clear number one. And from day one at Villa, he looked like a man on a mission. In his debut season, he kept 15 clean sheets, equaling the club's Premier League record, and helped Villa finish in a respectable 11th placed finish. Leaving Arsenal wasn't easy, but for Martinez, it was finally a chance to show the world what he'd been capable of all along. Martinez became a fan favorite. He brought a level of assurance the club hadn't seen in years. His 15 clean sheets in that first season matched Brad Friedel's long-standing record, and he pulled off some ridiculous saves along the way. But it wasn't just his shot stopping. His consistency earned him the club's Player of the Season, and finally, the number spot in Argentina belonged to him too. In 2021, he was their starting goalkeeper in the Copa America. Argentina were strolling in the group stage, and Martinez wasn't tested too often. But the turning point in the tournament was the semi-final against Colombia. And this is what really sets him apart: his mindset. The match ended 1-1, and a tense penalty shootout was needed to decide who would advance to the final. Martinez wasn't just there to play. He was there to win. And to get inside your head if he had to.
¿Estás nervioso? Está bien como loco ahí, ¿no? Sí, sí. Mirá que te como, hermano. Mirá que te como, hermano.
He saved 3 penalties, sending Argentina to the final, in which he made many crucial saves to help win the Copa America against Brazil. By now, it's impossible to talk about Emi Martinez without mentioning the mind games. Whether it's in a tournament or league match, he knows exactly how to get under a player's skin. Despite the chaos he caused, you just know that it's all calculated. The most famous example, the World Cup final against France. He saved Coleman's penalty, then tossed the ball away before Tchouaméni stepped up. That tiny delay put the little bit more pressure on Tchouaméni, and he missed. He's done similar things at the club level too. At Villa, he once taunted Bruno Fernandes into skying a penalty and didn't even have to make a save. Is it controversial? Sure. Is it effective? Absolutely. Love him or hate him, Martinez brings mental manipulation to his opponents. And it works. He's not just stopping shots, he's winning mental battles. It's part of what makes him so unique. He's not trying to be quiet or traditional, he's trying to win. And he'll do whatever it takes. The 2022 World Cup was where everything came full circle for Emi Martinez. Argentina didn't start well. They lost their opening game to Saudi Arabia, but they bounced back, and so did Martinez. He grew more confident as the tournament went on, pulling off clutch saves and showing his usual edge in pressure moments. Then came the quarterfinal against the Netherlands. The game went to penalties. Martinez saved 2 and celebrated hard. Not just because it helped Argentina win, but because this was his zone. In the final against France, he delivered one of the most iconic saves in World Cup history. Then came the shootout, and again, Martinez took center stage. He saved Coleman's penalty, rattled Tchouaméni, and gave Argentina the edge they needed. Argentina was the champions. Messi finally had his World Cup. And Martinez, he won the Golden Glove and celebrated that in his own Emi Martinez way. It wasn't just about the saves, it was the energy he brought, the confidence, the manipulation to opponents, the belief. And I'm not the only one who says that. Take his Argentina teammates, for example. Messi, who's seen every type of player in his career, has praised Martinez for his mentality. He called him the best goalkeeper in the world, not just for his saves, but for his leadership on the pitch. In a squad filled with stars, Martinez stands out as the perfect balance to the team. Then there's his Aston Villa teammates. From his first day at the club, they recognized what a difference he made. Tyrone Mings, Villa's captain, has spoken about how Martinez's vocal presence at the back made everyone around him better. There's also this side of Martinez, which no one really took notice. The qualities he possesses, the attitude and passion towards the game, and even his leadership. Love him or hate him, Martinez is everything there is to be a legendary footballer. Speaking of legendary, check out this next video, where more legends are created with one single moment. See you there.